asked me to take it over so that I could pay the rates, which she was unable to do, or didn't wish to do. And I accepted that, and that was also developed in line with the other land that I had purchased. So it was
orchards.
Eh?
It had orchards.
It had orchards, yes. Yes, a lot of money was spent on the development of that land, which then was handed over to the new trust that I've spoken about. The community did not want to continue Mayababa Foundation Australia, the trust that I had, and they formed a new one, and I signed Advertise Abode over, and the land that Diana Snow had originally purchased, and which I had looked after, maintained and developed considerably over a period of near 20 years, about 20 years. So that occurred in 1983, and they asked me to remain as chairman, but I had a vote equal to the other 8 members that they had chosen to be on the board. So there is, and there's still that same situation, that there is now 9, a board of 9, including 10. Sorry, they elected 9 other members, and that number was 15 names were, just a matter of interest. 15 names were submitted to Erich to ask his guidance on what one should become directors, or you could say trustees, if you want to.
Who would he suggest?
Who would he suggest? And he said to me that unfortunately the vast majority of the names were people that were actively, let's say, hostile towards me. Mm. And Erich said that what can I do? I've only been given 15 names. And so the board that was formed of 9 members with me as continuing as chairman was such that it was very difficult for me to work with them. And they were intent, which naturally they were intent on making their decisions themselves in a majority way.
And you were virtually invisible.
Without reference to what I thought, and without reference to the overall vision that I had, that I was trying to execute. Much work had been done towards that end, but it was then, it has been ignored since then. Yes. So, Jai Baba. Jai Baba. As I was saying earlier, the action of the community led by Francis, resulting in a petition that asked for me to, in effect, resign from the task that beloved Baba had given me was an incredible shock. And of course, let me say that an enduring memory, an enduring vision of that visit of 67 with Baba, where he asked me to develop Avatar's Abode, is when he called Francis and myself from where we were sitting, and we were both gestured to sit on the carpet at his feet. And I can remember so clearly him emphasizing, in effect pointing his finger towards us, saying, carry out what I've asked you to do, carry out 100%. And that of course, that was both, that stayed with me so vividly. And for a time I did carry out.
Did he actually point to you saying?
That's what I remember.
Yeah, right.
But it was to both of us to fulfill what he had directed us to do, to hand the property over, that I was to develop it, spread his message of love and truth, and then when I judged the time to be right, to create a trust. And as I said, for a time I persisted, and I carried out, raised funds myself, and carried out certain particular improvements to the property. One that I particularly love, because it signifies how important this place of Baba's is, and that is the entrance, the stonework and the design that I did for that entrance and the gates.
You mean you persisted doing things even after?
Yes, even after I handed the administration of the property over to the community. And then on another occasion, I had Diana, who's filming me, to draw up my, as it were, at least in a simple way, put down on paper my vision for the development of Avatar's Abode, and my idea of certain buildings, of the structure, and that was presented on a weekend to the whole community. It was a good gathering, and of course included people from Brisbane, and it was that you could say was the culminating point of my attempt to continue having an influence, and I presented it, detailed it, and there was a definite enthusiastic response to the idea, which I will outline in a moment. But a hardcore of the community who continued to be hostile